Okay, interesting day today. We've had a whole bunch of days of red of selling leading up to the end of or through the end of last week, and then the bit of a recovery into the opening of yesterday, Monday, and then a big sell-off throughout the day, and now a recovery overnight again, leading into the second day here. And so we end up in an odd situation here where we looks pretty strong. Looks like it's generally up. However, it opens so far up that I don't really want to go. I have no place to go long. So what I'm looking for now is for the market to get overextended to the upside so that I can find an opportunity to jump in for a pullback. And so if we look over here on the 5 minute with the micro ES, we can see the first red bar starting to form. So I'm going to let this continue to form here. Let me start this playing here. We have 2 minutes left in the bar and hasn't turned red yet. Oh, ended up being a green bar. But we're still waiting for that first red bar to form. And this may be it. Let's have a look. And it's down. Okay, we have our first red bar. Now I'm slightly late getting in here in the replay, but where I actually got in was 64.87. Is that right? Yes, I actually got in at 64.87. Now I'm gonna, since I've missed this, I'm gonna let it go. It comes back and gets it gets me. Let me just go ahead and play this. Uh, in real life, I got into this right when it dropped below this previous red bar. However, it went a number of handles in the right direction, and then it came back and passed through. So it's going to pick me up again in a second.
Bell.
In reality, though, I was already in by that point. So it came out, came back, came back a bit. It basically tested this a few times. So we're going to just let this go and have it do its thing. Now, I'm not at this point terribly convinced about this. I still think it's the overall direction for the market is up. However, since we did actually get into this trade, we're going to continue with it. This, by the way, it doesn't need to be full 15. This is 14, 13, 12. This could be a 12, a risk of 12, which is quite reasonable actually on the ES. That's a risk of 60 with the hope of making 150. Is that right? 150, yes. 64.87 was where we got in. 64.57, 30 points away, is where we have our target set. So we'll let this unfold. Now, after it's moved 15 points in the right direction, it drops the stop down to break even, and then it trails at 15 points behind. And let's let that go and see where that takes us.
Target filled.
All right, there we are. Target filled. Okay, I'm going to pause this for a second. Actually, let's let this go, because what happens shortly after this, it goes a little bit further, but we end up with a long wick, because what I'm looking for now is an opportunity to get back in to the long side. Because I think overall, if I zoom back out here and I look at, let's look at the 15-minute. Overall, I think we're heading higher. I think this is just a pullback, and I think we end up going higher. So let's go and watch for where the pullback may be. Now we can see it getting down here and starting to pull. Now what I'm going to do is I'll reduce the speed down here so that I can catch it, because this all tends to move fairly fast. So what I want now is I want a green 5-minute bar. I don't know if we're there yet or not. Actually, we have 2 minutes left in this bar. One minute left. Yeah, this may be it. So we want to let this bar close. 20, 12, 4. All right. Right here, I'm going to jump in. You can see where that bar ends. I'm going to jump right in here. 64. No, it's not quite. It's 1 point above that.
Filled.
Okay, well, all right. That's the point I came in. I think it was 1 point above that. But anyhow, let's let it play from here. And we start heading up north. So it's very interesting to see that reversal. It pulled way back off. You had a nice, great big wick, and then the opportunity to jump in. Huge, big green candle heading in the right direction. And where do we go from here? Let's see if we can get all the way up there and get our target.
it fell.
Done. All right. And there we go. That was the day. So 2 so-called perfect trades with risking less than 15. I didn't look how much I had to risk here, but it wasn't that much. 64.45, let's say, to where did I get in? 60. Where did I get in? I got 64. So 10 points risking here, 12 points on the way down, 10 points on the way back up, and 30 points of profit either way. So that's pretty good for a day's work.